Here are the 16 best wide receivers in college football for the 2025 season. Coming in at number 16, I've got Caleb Douglas. This wide receiver room is simply so stacked, and he's going to be the number one guy. Had to include someone from the Red Raiders in this list. Coming in number 15, I've got Malachi Fields. He's coming off a great season for Virginia last year, and he goes to Notre Dame, where honestly the Irish have several wide receivers that could be in this spot, but I think Fields will end up being their top guy. At number 14, I've got Jeremy Bernard. He follows this coaching staff from Washington to Alabama, where he had an excellent season last year, and his role will only continue to grow in this offense. At number 13, I've got Casey Concepcion. His ceiling is at the very top of this list. He's a guy that just simply struggled to get touches last season because of the dysfunctional NC State offense. At Texas A&M, he's going to be in a much better situation and have a huge year. At number 12, I've got Evan Stewart. He wasn't the primary receiver for Oregon last season, surprisingly, but I think he'll absolutely be that this year for an Oregon offense that has a very high floor. He should be an elite weapon. At number 11, I've got Eric Rivers, who put up video game numbers at FIU last season and now at Georgia Tech in a power conference with Haynes King throwing him the football. I think he's going to be lethal. At number 10, I've got Aaron Anderson. He absolutely lit things up for LSU last season and is going to have a chance for an even bigger role this year. At number 9, I've got Nick Anderson, another LSU wide receiver, this one transferring from Oklahoma. He missed all of last season with an injury, but when we last saw him in just his freshman year at Oklahoma, he was elite, and I think his potential is just through the roof for LSU. At number 8, I've got Elijah Surratt. He was one of the best receivers in college football last season and comes back for Indiana with arguably a better quarterback in Fernando Mendoza. At number 7, I've got Trevor Pena. Penn State doesn't have the best track record when it comes to their transfer portal players panning out, but Pena is just too great of a talent to not have a great year at Penn State this year, and I think he really can help their passing game hit another level. At number 6, I've got Jordan Tyson. He was an electric wide receiver option that exploded onto the scene last season in the Big 12, and now this year he's going to have his same quarterback and likely a larger role with no Cam Skattebo. At number 5, I've got Antonio Williams. He emerged as an elite weapon at Clemson last year, and as this offense continues to grow under Garrett Riley, so will he as a receiver. At number 4, I've got Eric Singleton Jr. He was an excellent receiving weapon at Georgia Tech last year, and this year at Auburn, he's one of the most exciting pieces about their offense. But at number 3, we got another Auburn receiver in Cam Coleman. He was absolutely excellent as a freshman last season, one of the best freshmen in all of college football, and now this season he's in for a big encore. These two guys make up an elite wide receiver room at Auburn. At number 2, I've got Ryan Williams. He is simply a freak of nature. You already saw some of his highlights from last year, especially against Georgia, and I think he's going to become even more consistent and even better as a receiver this season as he grows into his sophomore year. And at number 1, it should be no surprise that I've got Jeremiah Smith. He was an elite weapon as a true freshman and is just the latest in a long line of excellent, amazing Ohio State wide receivers. He's going to be making plays on Sunday one day, but in the meantime, college football gets him for 2 more seasons.